President Akufo-Addo is the third president after Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings to visit the Bank of Ghana. He was at the central bank to get to know more about its operations, which include supervising and regulating the country's banking and non-banking sectors. He complimented the bank for its sterling performance even in this period of coronavirus, raised a number of issues including reports of depositors of collapsed banks, microfinance and savings and loans who have not yet received their monies.
Issues about the reforms that are not so clear to many people. For instance, what particular specific measures have been taken within the bank to make sure that the situation that developed, that created the crisis in the first place in the 2012, 13, 14, 15, what measures have been put in place. I don't think that there's sufficient publicity about those measures. And I think on an occasion like this gives you the opportunity to explain to the Ghanaian people the measures that have been put in place to make sure that those events don't reoccur. And then, of course, there is this constant claim that many of those whose monies and jobs got locked up in this unfortunate crisis have still not been satisfied. I don't know to what extent that's true. And if there are still issues, what measures are being taken to make sure that the depositors, especially the banking, the small microfinance institutions, the savings and loans, and the investment fund, to what extent those deposits have been all completely recovered.
The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said so far, depositors of the defunct banks have received their monies in full.
All depositors were paid whole. There was 100% coverage of every depositor in the banks. It's the depositors in the SDIs.
They've got their money.
And they got their money.
They have
100%.
They've had access to their money.
Everybody got access to their money. Regarding the banks, the 9 banks that had their license revoked. Now, the second phase has to do with the SDIs. These are the savings and loans, microfinance institutions, and finance houses. And in their case, depositors, individual depositors who have been fully paid, the data that we have suggests that more than 95% of depositors have been fully paid. So there are just about 5% of depositors who have large amounts. These are the high net worth individuals that were settled with bonds, which were to be retired over 5 years. So we think that most of it has been done. There were a few delays regarding depositors of GN Bank and First Allied. And in the last 3 weeks, that has also been cleared. The government has provided a bond worth 1.7.
From its beginnings in 1957, the central bank also formulates and implements monetary policies for price stability, contributes to the promotion and maintenance of financial stability, and ensures a sound payment system. With Ghana hosting the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area, the government hopes the Bank of Ghana will leverage on that to provide quality leadership in the banking sector on the continent.